This is the most expensive war in human history. Not fought with soldiers, not fought with weapons, but fought with algorithms, electricity, and control. Right now, behind closed doors, a handful of billionaires are spending tens of billions of dollars to dominate artificial intelligence. Because whoever wins this AI war won't just build the best technology, they'll control the future of economies, governments, and human productivity itself. And here's the part nobody is talking about. The winner of this war is likely to become the world's first trillionaire. Every era has its defining war. The oil wars decided who powered the 20th century. The internet wars decided who controlled information. But this war is different, because artificial intelligence isn't just another technology. AI is intelligence itself, automated, scalable, and tireless. In previous tech booms, companies competed over products. In the AI era, they're competing over something far more dangerous: the ability to think, decide, and optimize at a scale no human organization ever could. That's why this isn't a race between startups. It's a race between empires. And the cost of losing isn't bankruptcy, it's irrelevance. Here's what most people still don't understand. AI is not software. Software was cheap to copy. AI isn't. AI requires massive physical infrastructure, data centers the size of cities, power grids stretched to their limits, and chips so advanced only a handful of companies on Earth can produce them. This is the first time in history that intelligence itself depends on physical control. Control the infrastructure, control the intelligence. And that's why billionaires aren't fighting in public. They're buying quietly. Chips, land, energy, data. Because once this infrastructure is built, it can't be easily replicated. And whoever builds it first locks in power for decades. This is why governments are panicking, why regulators are behind, and why trillions of dollars are being deployed faster than at any moment in modern history. But to understand who actually wins this war, you first need to understand where the battle is really being fought, because this AI war has 3 hidden battlefields. The first battlefield of the AI war is compute, and this is where most people misunderstand what's really happening. Because AI doesn't run on ideas, it runs on machines. Every AI model, no matter how advanced, needs raw computational power. Massive data centers filled with specialized chips running day and night. Without compute, AI doesn't exist. And here's the problem: compute is extremely scarce. Only a handful of companies on Earth can design the chips powerful enough to train modern AI. And only a few more can afford to buy them at scale. This is why AI progress is no longer limited by talent. It's limited by access. Access to chips, access to data centers, access to electricity. Right now, some AI models cost hundreds of millions of dollars just to train once, not to deploy, not to market, just to train. And every new generation of AI costs more than the last. This means something critical. The AI race automatically favors the richest players. Startups don't lose because they're less intelligent. They lose because they're outspent. This is why billionaires aren't asking, who has the smartest AI? They're asking, who controls the compute? Because once you control compute, you decide who gets to build the future and who doesn't. This is also why we're seeing an explosion in trillion-dollar infrastructure spending. New data centers, new chip factories, new cloud empires. Compute isn't just a resource, it's a choke point. And in every war, whoever controls the choke points controls the outcome. But compute alone isn't enough. Even the most powerful machines are useless without something else, something just as scarce and just as valuable: data. The second battlefield of the AI war is data. And this is where the fight becomes far more unequal. Because compute gives AI power, but data gives it intelligence. AI systems don't understand the world. They learn patterns from enormous volumes of data. What people buy, what they search, what they watch, what they say. And here's the critical truth: not all data is equal. Public data is already exhausted. Books, articles, websites, they've been scraped, indexed, and reused. The most valuable data left is private. Private data lives inside platforms, inside companies, inside governments. Search engines know what billions of people are thinking. Social networks know how people behave. Enterprises know how the global economy actually runs. This creates an invisible advantage. Some companies don't need to buy data. They generate it automatically, every second of every day. And once an AI model is trained on that data, competitors can never fully catch up. This is why data creates lock-in, and lock-in creates dominance. It's also why AI development is becoming centralized, not because of talent, but because of access. A small group of players now sit on oceans of real-world, real-time data, and they don't share it. This is where the AI war stops being fair. But even compute and data together still aren't enough, because there's one more constraint that no algorithm can escape. One constraint that could decide the entire war: energy. The third battlefield of the AI war is energy. And this is the battlefield almost no one is paying attention to. Every AI system runs on electricity, and the more powerful the AI, the more energy it consumes. Training a single advanced AI model can use as much electricity as a small town. And that's not a future problem. It's happening right now. Data centers are already straining national power grids. Utilities are warning about shortages, and energy demand is exploding faster than infrastructure can be built. This creates a brutal reality. AI growth is now limited by electricity. You can have the best chips in the world. You can have the most valuable data. But without power, your AI goes dark. Now that you understand the three battlefields, it's time to look at the people fighting this war. The first major contender in the AI war is Elon Musk. And Elon doesn't think about AI the way everyone else does. Most companies want to build the smartest AI model. Elon wants to control the entire system it runs on, from chips to data centers to energy to deployment. This is the same strategy he's used his entire career. With Tesla, he didn't just build electric cars. He built batteries, factories, charging networks, and software. With SpaceX, he didn't just build rockets. He rebuilt manufacturing, supply chains, and launch economics. AI is no different. Elon sees AI as infrastructure, and infrastructure must be owned. That's why he's pushing into custom hardware, why he's obsessed with data generated from the real world, and why he's linking AI to energy production. Elon's ultimate goal isn't just smarter machines, it's autonomy at scale, self-driving systems, autonomous factories, autonomous logistics, and eventually, autonomous decision-making. If Elon succeeds, he doesn't just win the AI war, he rewrites how the global economy operates. But there's a problem. Elon's strategy is extremely expensive, capital-intensive, politically sensitive. He's building everything at once, and that creates friction. Governments push back, regulators intervene, competitors unite, and history shows something important. Visionaries move first, but they don't always win. So while Elon is the loudest player in the AI war, he may not be the most dangerous, because the next contender doesn't fight in public. He builds quietly and waits. The second contender in the AI war is Jeff Bezos. And unlike Elon, Bezos doesn't fight in the spotlight. He fights in silence. Bezos' strategy is long-term domination. He doesn't need to be first. He needs to be the last one standing. With Amazon, he didn't just sell books. He built the world's most advanced logistics network, the cloud infrastructure that powers almost every major AI system today. AWS isn't just a business, it's a strategic weapon, the backbone of AI innovation around the globe. Bezos' advantage isn't flashy products, it's control over the infrastructure everyone else depends on. Where Elon builds end-to-end, Bezos builds a platform everyone must use, and this gives him leverage. Bezos also plays the long game. He invests quietly, acquires strategically, and waits for the perfect moment. And patience is a weapon in the AI war. Because AI isn't about who moves fastest, it's about who moves last. But even Bezos has challenges. Regulation, competition, and global dependencies all constrain him. Still, his silent dominance makes him one of the most dangerous players in the AI war. And while Musk is loud, Bezos is invisible. But there's one more contender who plays an entirely different game. He doesn't fight publicly. He positions strategically, and his influence is everywhere. The third contender in the AI war is Bill Gates. And Gates plays a very different game. He doesn't rush. He doesn't chase headlines. He positions quietly, strategically, and effectively. While Musk builds and Bezos waits, Gates invests in influence. Through partnerships, philanthropy, and strategic funding, he shapes AI policy, research, and adoption worldwide. For example, the Gates Foundation has quietly funded AI programs in education, healthcare, and agriculture. These programs generate data, influence standards, and give Gates insight into real-world AI applications. He's not looking to own the flashiest AI model. He's building leverage over how AI is applied across continents. And this is where the AI war becomes unpredictable. But here's the twist most people miss. The biggest players in the AI war aren't always household names. Beyond Musk, Bezos, and Gates, there is a network of shadow players quietly pulling strings. These are the people who own the chip factories, the energy infrastructure, and the data pipelines. Without them, even the richest billionaires can't deploy their AI at scale. They don't make headlines. They don't give interviews. They just control the levers of power behind the scenes. Some control the most advanced semiconductor plants on Earth, the chips that train every AI model. Some control energy distribution, making sure the lights stay on for the models that matter most. Some control the largest private data networks, storing and moving the information AI depends on. These shadow players are the ultimate gatekeepers. And here's the secret. The next trillionaire may not even be one of the names everyone recognizes. Because in every war, the quietest, most strategic players often emerge as the winners. Now that we understand who is really fighting and where the battle is being waged, it's time to answer the biggest question of all. Who will actually win the AI war? Now that we've seen the battlefield and met the contenders, the question remains, who will actually win the AI war? Here's the truth. It's not necessarily the loudest billionaire or the one with the flashiest technology. It's the one who controls the foundations of AI itself. Think about it. AI runs on 3 pillars: compute, data, and energy. Whoever controls all 3 pillars controls the game. Musk controls compute and is building vertical integration. Bezos controls infrastructure and cloud dominance. Gates controls influence and strategic positioning. But there's more. The shadow players, the chip makers, energy owners, and data gatekeepers may ultimately decide who wins. This is the harsh reality of modern AI. Even billionaires with vision and capital can't act alone. They rely on networks, infrastructure, and unseen forces. So who emerges as the next trillionaire? The answer isn't obvious, but the likely winner will be the person or entity who controls AI infrastructure at scale, not just software. Someone who can dictate access to compute, manage the most valuable data streams, and provide the energy that powers intelligence itself. This is why the AI war is unlike any other conflict in human history. The stakes aren't just money, influence, or fame. The stakes are control over the future of economies, governments, and human productivity itself. And if you've been paying attention, you now understand why this battle will decide the world's first trillionaire. The AI war isn't coming in the future. It's already here. And the winner of this war will reshape the global economy, influence governments, and control the flow of knowledge for decades to come. The question isn't whether AI will change the world. It's who will control the change. Now, you've seen the battlefields, the contenders, and the shadow players. You know why compute, data, and energy are the pillars of power. The AI war will decide the world's next trillionaire, and it could be someone you've never even heard of. If you want to stay ahead of these moves, understand the strategy, and watch the rise of the world's most powerful players, subscribe to Billionaire Portfolio, where we track power before the world notices. Because in a world this fast, the first to see the moves always wins.